Is this? Well,
Here it comes.
no, not even.
Oh dear. I'm trying to think. This is news to me.
今天我们很开心，我们是跟非常著名的英国的演员斗山一起的。Welcome to Shanghai, Tom.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Why are you in Shanghai this time in particular? It's with BAFTA this time.
With BAFTA, yes. So I'm here to launch a scheme called BAFTA Breakthrough China. There's a similar scheme in the UK called BAFTA Breakthrough Brits. And it's so exciting that we're here in China because the aim of the scheme is to select and celebrate and strengthen and support the next generation of filmmakers, television makers and games designers. So this weekend, we're here launching Breakthrough China, and there are 5 awards to be won by applicants here. So I'm really excited to see who the winners will be.
Why do you think at the moment, there's a lot of Chinese people who are really interested in British film and TV.
Mm.
What is it about British film and TV that you think makes it so attractive around the world?
That's a really good question. I think I wonder if it comes from the sort of historical tradition of storytelling that's embedded in British culture. There's such a huge the contribution of people like Shakespeare and the people who came after him. And all of his imitators and the people who revered him, even in the 20th century, even if it was novelists like Dickens, there is an extraordinary literary heritage that actually the great dramatists of literature have just understood story. And in the early days of cinema, there were some great directors who I think lent on those literary antecedents, like David Lean or Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. And so I think in the UK we've always been quite proud of our history as storytellers. But I also believe that we live in a very global industry now. But what's happening at the moment, I mean, there's so much coming out of the UK. I stand in awe of my peers and other people working in the UK. I really think there's a lot of great stuff coming out. I loved Bodyguard recently on TV. Yeah. I don't know if that's been released on.
Has that been released here in China? Yes,
it has.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Paddington. Didn't I?
Yes. This is an interesting question. Which do you prefer? We like you because of the characters you have played, or we like the characters you have created because we like you? It's a complicated question.
That's an amazing question.
Yeah.
Can you say it again?
Which do you prefer? We like you because of the characters you played, or we like the characters you created because we like you? Wow. I feel like this is the Sphinx.
It is a riddle, yeah. I think it's probably. I wonder if they're both the same. Actually, I wonder if because it's a really good question. I sometimes think, and I say this to my family. I seem to have played lots of very different people. Henry V, Loki, Jonathan Pine, Adam in Only Lovers Left Alive, Coriolanus, Robert in Betrayal, and on the face of it, they're very different. But they must all somehow be part of me, or part of me must live within them. So I wonder if it's all the same, really. I wonder if they are different. They must be, I guess.
Next question. What kind of roles would you love in order to challenge you in the future?
So I think there are some, obviously you know I love Shakespeare, there are some Shakespearean characters who I'm just not old enough to play yet. So I hope I'm still around.
Is that a hint?
That I will play some of those elderly, those sort of more senior characters in his plays. And I've been acting for almost 20 years, and some of the things I've done, some of my favourite experiences have been surprises. It hadn't been something I've planned.
Great. Next question.
Hang on. So
Sorry.
there was
Oh, three there. Sorry. Oh my God. I've moved on.
So
What's your next step after Betrayal?
next step after Betrayal.
And would you ever try your hand at screenwriting or directing?
Okay, so I'll answer that first. If I'm lucky enough, I would love to write and direct something one day. I'm so fascinated by the whole picture, and having worked on film sets for 17 years, I love it when I'm standing behind the director's shoulder and he's constructing the frame. There may be something before this, I'm not quite sure yet, but we are in earnest in pre-production on the Loki series for Disney Plus, which is very exciting.
My son will be very pleased to hear that.
Okay. yeah. It's it will be quite a surprise when it comes out. It's Loki as you've never seen him before.
If you have any, how do you usually spend your spare time?
I love to read. That's very true. How do I spend my spare time? I tend to catch up with my friends and go for long walks. I like cooking, actually.
Oh, really?
I find it very... When I was younger, I found cooking very time-consuming. And was constantly waiting for everything to be ready. But now that I'm a bit older, I find it sort of quite relaxing, preparing everything and waiting for it to be ready. So I love doing that.
Cook Chinese food?
I would have never attempted, and I'm sure would be very bad at it.
I'm sure you'd be very good.
I mean, yeah. Well,
You've learned Shanghainese in about 10 seconds.
So I could, learn how to do the duck dishes.
If you weren't an actor, what other career would you like to pursue?
Wow. I'm so lucky that I became an actor, because I would probably be, I don't know what I'd be doing.
A multi-talented linguist who...
Recently I've been really fascinated. I don't know if I would have been qualified, but I've been fascinated by architecture.
Okay.
And
this is a great city for that, Shanghai.
Yeah. And so I'd love to have imagined being able to be an architect, but you have to be very good at maths. Isn't that right, mathematics?
I don't think it is. Not with computers these days. I think you have to be quite good at maths.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that would have been interesting.
That would have been amazing.
Or a teacher. I think I would have loved. Put simply, I would have loved teaching.
This is an interesting question. If you, Shakespeare and Loki met each other, what kind of adventure would you like to go on?
It's just a great question. If myself, so definitely I'm in the equation.
Yes.
And Shakespeare and Loki.
Presumably you as Loki as well, rather than the real Loki.
The real Loki.
The real Loki.
Yeah,
okay.
the real Loki.
Okay.
Well, if the real Loki were in my company, he'd just be hugely disappointed. I'd just get a whole raft of criticism about how misrepresented he is on.
That'd be quite a good sketch.
I think Shakespeare would be very intrigued by Loki. I think he'd recognize him in some way as a character from one of his plays.
True or false? You have a double first from Cambridge in classics, and I'll just explain. Classics 就是拉丁语和古代的希腊语. So, is this true?
That's true, I'm afraid.
That's very impressive.
I don't. Is it? Thank you.
Yes, it is very impressive.
Okay.
I know it's a very difficult course. Would you ever want to play one of the Greek?
I actually, while I was at Cambridge, I played Orestes in Sophocles' Electra in Greek.
In Greek?
In Greek, we did it in ancient Greek.
In ancient Greek. I mean, come on. Now, I've got some quick fire questions for you.
Here we go, quick fire.
Quick fire. No hesitation.
Okay.
Here
it comes.
No, not even true or false. Okay. Comedy or tragedy?
Impossible, both.
Films or plays?
Both.
E-book or paper book?
Paper book.
Heroes or villains? When you're saying that, everyone's a bit of both.
Everyone's a bit of both. Anti-heroes.
Opera or rock?
Rock, probably.
Football or tennis?
Oh dear. To play or to watch?
To play.
Tennis.
Swing or flamenco?
Swing.
Cambridge or Oxford?
God.
Because you went to Cambridge, but you were brought up
in Oxford.
Yeah.
Oh God. Cambridge.
What? And we're stopping there.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. Right. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Coffee.
Okay. What's the last thing you do before you sleep? Coffee.
No, I never sleep. Turn the lights out.
I can't believe I've got this. What's your secret talent? You can speak 18 different ancient languages, sing, dance, learn to play. What's your secret talent?
I play the spoons.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. What's the film that made you cry the most?
The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay. What's the film that made you laugh the most?
Oh God, there are some funny ones in there. A long time ago, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Good choice.
Or the Simpsons movie.
I've never seen that. Is it good?
It's very, very,
Okay.
very funny. Yeah.
What's your favourite food?
Roast chicken.
Getting very serious here. Do you believe in free will or destiny? With a change of pace there.
Okay. Free will.
What's the one thing you can't live without?
Music.
Whiskey or gin?
Whiskey.
Or no? Whiskey. Well, I'm sorry. Well,
Gin is at the appropriate time. Well, you can't survive British winters without whiskey, I think.
And you're half Scottish.
I am.
Yes, good. 非常感谢各位观众，特别感谢 Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Tom.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for having me. Bye.
Thank
Bye. Who is your favourite? Hugo, Dominic Cooper, or me?
You are. No, I think, yes, no, definitely.
I'm going to tell Dominic.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell Dom Cooper when we get home.